go that extra mile. Customize your resume for the job you are applying for. It cannot be one resume format, one resume which you are applying for 10 different companies. No, you will not be able to create that connect between the potential job opening and your skills. You need to customize your resume for the job you are applying for. Right from the objective and right from the words you are mentioned in your resume, you need to customize it. Edit, reread, and amend. For each new application or potential job, you may want to add or edit or highlight your strengths relevant to that particular job. Check the spelling and grammar in your resume. Add more information every 6 months. You need to have an upward spiral in your development. It can even be something like attended a new training program, attended a new course, or there has to be a new skill which you need to acquire at least once in 6 months. And coming to a font style, most candidates forget that even a font, even choosing the right font, create a great difference in your resume. The easiest fonts to read belong to the what is called as the serif and the sans serif families. Resume font selection is important, especially for the main body text, as the font must be easy to read and widely used. If you choose an uncommon font, it may default to a more common font once the recipient opens your resume, which can unexpectedly change your formatting. The best resume fonts belong to the serif font and the sans serif font families. The serif fonts are characterized by small feet or small extension at the end of each letter. The most common serif font is the Times New Roman font. The serif fonts are often described as classical, old-fashioned, and or traditional fonts. The sans serif fonts, on the other hand, are clean-lined and contemporary. Due to the simplicity of the sans serif fonts, they are typically easy to read, requiring less visual concentration. The most common sans serif font is the Arial font. Coming to the resume font guidelines. First, the main content in your resume should be typed using a font either from the serif or sans serif font family. Keeping in mind which fonts within these families rate highly in readability, and the likes of these fonts are Times New Roman, Arial, Tahoma, Verdana, Century Gothic, so on and so forth. Second, alternate font styles not listed in the serif or sans serif families can be used for the headings, but make sure they are widely used, not just by designers. Otherwise, you would run the risk that the recipient won't have the font in their computer, in which case the font you used will default to a basic font, altering the presentation and formatting of your entire resume. Third, try to use no more than 2 font styles in the main body of your resume. Make sure the font point size is readable. You are better to use a larger point sized font and use more space than to cram too much text on one page. You could continue your resume onto another page by increasing your font size if the readability aspect is not given due consideration, and use a non-decorative font. Coming to the design of the resume, choose a unique style and formatting. Don't just copy from your peers' resume format or style. Today, in the World Wide Web, you have so much of information. You have so many different formats and styles which you can have a look at it. Look at all that and create your own unique styled format for your resume. And when you are printing your resume, always use a white bond paper. We say use a 8 into 11 inch paper, what we commonly called as the A4 sheet paper. Use a font size with a range from 10 to a maximum of 14 points, depending on which font you're using. Avoid underlined words in the resume.